Hello and welcome to the lecture series on railways, harbour tunneling and airport for the subject code 18 CV 645, module 3, session 7, tunnel lining. In this session we are going to discuss about tunnel lining and its importance. There are the objectives of the tunnel lining methods, then sequence of tunnel lining, lastly the references. Objects of providing a tunneling with a permanent lining, as we know that the tunnel lining is going to be having the following objective. So, as it gives a correct section for the tunnel. Next is to withstand the soil pressure it is been exerted. So, from the tunnel it is been driven, especially when case it is been done in case of soft soil. Say for example, if you are going to be having a tunnel, or if it is been excavated, whatever the earth it is been pressure it is been exerted, or sometimes the earth pressure it is been exerted towards the tunnel. So, it needs to have some amount of pressure to withstand the external pressuring or the soil pressure, hence the tunneling requires lining. The support of a large slab of a rock which might be have become loosened due to the blasting. Say for example, if it is going to be a tunnel, if you are going to be blasting, so the adjacent sections like a rock it has been fragmented. So, there may be it is been fragmented means it can fell down or it can have some irregular geometry. So, to avoid that one, to support the larger slab or to have a complete support for to avoid this phenomena, tunnel lining is to be provided. Apart from that one, it gives or it forms a good protective covering for a certain types of rocks has been concerned. So, when it is prone to ear slacking, so that is what lining is important. Apart from that one, to keep inside the tunnel which is free from the water percolation. Say if water is going to be done, say if we are not providing any proper ventilation, the water is going to be oozing out. So, it is going to disturb it. Suppose if you are going to be providing a tunnel lining, there is no passage of a water from the outside. That is reason or the objective for providing tunnel lining. Then in order to reduce the friction which is been from the erosive action, or in order to have the streamline motion when the tunnel is going to be have to carry the water. So, it provides very smooth and self-relieving velocity or good velocity of a flow, so it is free from turbulences. So, that is what the lining is going to be important. It means whatever the lining we are been providing in the tunnel, so it is going to be easing or it provides a smoother surface. So, this smooth surface is going to providing a proper or a good velocity for the flow of a water. So, suppose if it is not provided, so undulations or the rough surface is going to create a turbulence of a flow. That is the reason. Apart from that one, it gives aesthetic and it reduces maintenance cost. Those are all the objectives of tunnel lining. Moving on to the different methods of lining, these are going to be categorized based on use of tunneling material or material used for a lining. Depending upon that one, we are going to be having different materials. Start from the brick, that is the first one. Next is going to be the stone, next is the timber and concrete. So, depending upon the strength requirement or the thickness requirement, so these materials can be used and also the availability. So, that is lining method has been concerned according to different methods or materials. Moving on to the first method, that is called as a brick masonry. Brick masonry is going to be constructed along the sides of a tunnel, as it is been having an advantage is usually for underground sewer line. So, they are more acidic resistances, that is a brick are going to be more acidic resistance, hence brick masonry is going to be used in case of lining. where if you are going to be having a passage of sewer line. Next is going to be a disadvantage. It is a difficulty in backpacking of the space in between the tunnel roof and externals of an arch. Next is this is to be hand packed, hence it is going to be imperfect or time consuming. Packing material consisting of a small or a sand and sometimes a brick bat making use is going to be somewhat costlier. Next type of lining is going to be the stone masonry. It means that whenever we are going to be used stone masonry, advantage is it is durable. Next disadvantage, it is difficult to backpack. The same thing in case of brick lining has been concerned. Apart from that one, the packing of material, that is stone packing, and the gap in between is going to be a time consuming process, and also it is somewhat cumbersome. Next method of lining is going to be timber lining. So timber lining means it is the oldest method of lining. Now it is been replaced by the cement because of many of the reasons. If we are going to be using a timber plate or a timber lining as a method of material usage for the lining of a tunneling, this method is going to be called as a timber lining. Advantage of this method is can be readily constructed, material is somewhat cheaper, it gives sufficient pouring sign before collapsing. It means it is a wood, so whenever it is going to be reaches its or if it loses its strength with respect to the given amount of a loading, so we can see the fiber by fiber it is the grains are coming out, or sometimes the warning signs, or sometimes the sound is going to be produced, that indicates the failure. So that is the advantage of timber lining. As we know that timber is going to be more susceptible towards decaying of worms or white ant, so that is the reason it requires more maintenance as compared to other material. So this is with respect to timber lining has been concerned. Most of the time timber linings are not going to be adapted for movement of a liquid or transport of a liquid has been concerned. Next method of tunnel lining is going to be the concrete lining. This material, as we know that it is a somewhat standard, and now routinely we are been using it. This method of tunnel lining can be adopted both in case of a soft soil and rock strata. It means the only method of tunnel lining is now universally accepted is a concrete lining. Advantage is that on the account of its plasticity, it can be well packed, that is a concrete can be well packed in the form of a soil. So completely it has been waterproof, there is no passage of a water if it is hardened. So it is more durable, there is no less maintenance cost, superior in structural strength and ease of placement. These are all advantages of a concrete. So with respect to lining has been concerned, so it is not going to be decay as in case of timber lining has been concerned. So that's what concrete lining can be adapted for the movement of both tunnels used for its movement of material, or also from the transport facilities concerned. Thickness of lining. So till now we had been discussing about different materials used for the lining. How much thickness we should provide it from the safety of tunneling has been concerned. The stresses in the tunnel lining are going to be primarily due to the earth pressure. So as we know that on the adjacent side the earth pressure is being exerted. So according to the law which are based on the action of earth pressure is approximately involving somewhat indeterminate factors. Hence the design is going to be based on the experience of a designer, how well the theoretical analysis is going to make it out to give the thickness of a tunnel lining. The loading to be considered in the design of a tunnel lining are going to be the impact of a load, it is been coming from the traffic, or otherwise the internal pressure it is been exerted by the soil. Next is the load that is been redeveloped due to the construction, that is how much load it is been redistributed over the construction of a tunneling. Along with above various other factors, it is concerned with the tunnel lining are going to be ground, the existing condition of a ground, that is a type of a soil or a hard rock, etc. Size of the tunnel, it is been dug out, then soil pressure, it is been exerted, then the method of a construction, if adopted as a tunneling method, that is going to be concerned while calculating the loading. So, depending upon the loading is in some arbitrary formula, we have been using it in case of a concrete lining. So, thickness of a lining is going to be capital T, that is going to be equal to 0.083 in multiplied by D. So, where T is going to be the thickness of a lining in terms of a centimeters, then capital D is going to be the diameter of a tunnel in terms of meters. On the basis of a field experience, the railway engineers has devised some thumb rule for providing 2.5 centimeters of a lining for every 30 centimeter diameter of the tunnel. So, that is an arbitrary value, it has been accepted as a tunnel lining as in case of railways has been concerned. So, irrespective of the whatever the material we have been using, tunnel lining thickness should not be less than 230 mm. So, that is an usually we have been adopting. So, tunnel lining should not be less than 230 mm. So, that is the criteria for the tunnel lining. So, why it is being required? Because to withstand the soil pressuring, it is coming over or near to the surfaces of the tunnel, it is being excavated. Next sequence of tunnel lining or the concrete tunnel lining is going to be first stage is going to be a gunneting is done to seal the water in case of a rock has been concerned. Next concrete lining is going to be done in one attempt as in case of a circular tunnel or by separately tackling the west or the side back or in case of arches. The small tunnels measuring a 1.2 to 3 meter in diameter, the concrete line can be provided by using hand placing method. So, in case of bigger tunneling method, the concrete pumps or pneumatic placers are going to be used for placing the concrete. The concrete is going to be cured to its maximum strength, then humidity inside the tunnel is, if it is not sufficient, curing can be done by using spraying of a water through the perforated pipe. So, that is a sequence of constructing the tunnel lining in case of different materials it is being used for the construction. So, with this note we are going to be ending this session. Once again we had referred the standard textbook according to syllabus and web references. Thank you.